Hi, welcome to the Ohio County Public Library's virtual summer craft demo. If you've been joining us this summer, maybe you've joined us during the month of June when we had our summer reading expedition, and you would come by the library's annex and pick up a craft. Well, that was so successful, and the kids really seemed to enjoy it. You all seemed to really enjoy it, that we thought that since you're still out of school during the month of July, maybe we would just continue to do that. But I do want to also take a little time, a few minutes, to highlight some books that you could also be reading. We're open here at the public library, so come by and see us. And so this first week, since we're not really tied to any summer reading theme, I thought, what would be a fun craft to do with you all? And I thought about a retro craft, something like string art. I don't know if you've ever done string art before, but it's something that was really popular during the late 60s and the 70s and the 80s. A lot of kids would do string art. So that's going to be our craft for this week that you can pick up. So in going with that theme of retro, I thought I would bring to your attention a retro book series that still has some popularity today. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure book series, all right? So these came out in the 70s and were really popular during the 80s and 90s. I don't know if you've ever read a Choose Your Own Adventure, but when you're doing a Choose Your Own Adventure, you actually, the reader, becomes the main character, and you get to decide what direction and what decisions the main character is going to make. So when you're reading a Choose Your Own Adventure, you would start at the beginning of the book, and you're going to read over a couple of pages, and it'll tell you, follow the directions that are at the bottom of the page. So it says turn to page 2. You would continue reading. Now, right here it says you can turn to page 6. So you would go to page 6 and then continue reading from page 6. Then at the end it will tell you, like, if you decide you should go immediately to the address obtained by the phone tracing machine, then you're going to turn back to page 4. So you're going to be going back in the story. But if you decide to give Ricardo and Lisa a chance to call back, then you're going to turn ahead to page 13. So in that way, it's very unpredictable. Sometimes you're going to be going forward in the book, and sometimes you're going to be going back, but you're going to be in control of what the main character does and the decisions that they make. You can actually take this book and you can reread it and make different choices along the way and see how the outcome of the book turns out different. So these are really popular, the very popular, like I said, retro 70s and 80s series, but they haven't lost their popularity. They're still popular today in other forms. We have a lot of different you choose adventures, which are kind of based on that same premise. So we have some that have to do with superheroes like Batman and the Justice League. We have some of these. We also have books with characters, other cartoon characters like Scooby-Doo. So we have some Scooby-Doo You Choose. All right, you might be interested in one of those. We also, I think it's really neat how the Choose Your Own Adventure format has gone into even things like nonfiction subjects, like Can You Survive? Can you survive? This one is the Titanic. So based on a real event, you choose the direction in which your character is going to go and the decisions that they're going to make. You choose, can you survive in a desert? So those are kind of cool. Even historical events, like another historical event like the moon landing. We have some you choose, and you decide the direction in which the characters are going to go. So these are kind of some you choose titles that we've had for a while. Some fiction, which are like some superhero characters, Scooby-Doo, but then we also went into some nonfiction. Now the latest new choose series, or you choose series that we've gotten are these messed up, these field trip mysteries, okay? This one is Messed Up Museum. So these are mysteries in which you choose. And this one is, of course, my personal favorite, the library shelves. So mystery in the library, okay? So you might want to check out something like that. You know, it's really important. You all have had a very, very long summer break. And a lot of times you can lose a lot of your reading skills during the summer. And so it is important to make sure that you are doing some reading during the summer. But let's get to your craft, okay? Like I said, we're going to be doing a string art craft that you can pick up here at the library this week. Now, what you're going to need to know whenever you come by, this time, whenever you pick up your crafts, you can either come into the library, come to the children's department and pick up crafts, or you can go through our curbside pickup at the main building, through our carport there at the main building, and let us know that you would like to pick up a craft. Again, Thursdays and Fridays from 1 to 3. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to need to tell them whether or not you want a heart string art or a star, okay? And you'll get it, it'll come like this. It'll be a board with nails and a pattern. And then they'll ask you what color string that you want, okay? And then they'll give you the color that you like. So you can give them, they'll have several choices that you can choose from, all right? So here's how to do string art. Now the one that I'm going to demo today, I'm going to be doing the heart, and I'm just going to be doing a messy, like how these are, okay? They're very random. You don't have to go in any particular order. It's just a very random pattern, okay? As you fill in either your star or your heart, all right? And that's the one that we're going to demo today, okay? So you're going to get your board like this. Pick the color floss that you would like your string art to be. Now, whenever you're pulling the string art, there's usually a loose end on one of the sides. You'll kind of see that there'll be a piece that kind of sticks out a little bit. So that's where you want to pull from, all right? And so I'm going to pull a little bit. It might knot a little bit, just kind of very gently continue to pull, and it should knot on you, all right? Now, I'm going to start by tying my string on at the top of my heart, okay? I'm going to tie a knot, just like if I was tying my shoes, and then I'm going to trim off the excess so that I don't have very much, so it looks like that, okay? Now, when you're doing your string art, you just want to wrap it around. So I'm going to kind of turn this up on its side so that I can show you and hold it up, okay? You're going to go around the nail head that's right next. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of make an outline around our heart. So I'm going to wrap it around that nail head, and then I'm going to go to the next nail head, and I'm going to go wrap it around, and to the next one, and wrap it around, and all the way. You're going to continue doing that, all the way, doing one at a time. Try not to skip any, and just wrap, and go to the next one, and wrap it around until you've gone all the way around your heart, okay? I'm going to continue doing that. Have you had a good summer? I know I have. You might notice that we have got kind of a beach scene set up. If you've got younger brothers or sisters, you might have them. Make sure that you check out our preschool story time that we have started back again. We're doing a beach theme. Maybe you are going on a vacation to the beach this summer. But if you're not, come check out story time. We'll be pretending like we're at the beach. So this is what it looks like whenever your heart has the outline all the way around it. Notice I've got to come all the way back up to the top. Now from here on out, you just kind of go to town. It's very random. You're going to just go in any direction and wrap. Let's see if I can hold this kind of up a little bit higher. I'm going to go across and wrap, and maybe over here and wrap. Notice that don't have any pattern. I'm not going in any specific direction. Just going and wrapping, going across and wrap. Oops, I need to come down one. And you're just going to continue to do that until you go through all of your string. Okay, just back and forth. Oops. If it comes off the nail head, just grab it again and try again. Put it back on there. Just wrap it around the nail heads as you go. Just kind of randomly going up and down, oops, and side to side until you've gotten all of your floss used up. And whenever you do, it's going to end up looking like this, okay? Then when you come to the end of your floss, just like you did at the beginning, you're just going to either find one of the nail heads, wrap it around, and then tie it off, and then trim off any extra floss that you have left over, okay? So that's what it's going to look like. If you do that with the star, again, the messy star just kind of looks like this. You're just randomly, first thing you're going to do, remember you're going to do an outline all the way around the edges, and then just kind of go back and forth and side to side, just filling in until you have all of your floss used up. All right. Now, a lot of these string arts are kind of reminiscent of spirographs. Have you ever done a spirograph? Kind of cool. They make very geometric shapes. So you can do something a little bit more advanced, like where you try to create a pattern using your floss. So on this one, I've taken my floss, I've started at this first nail head, and I've wrapped it around the second one, and then I've come back to that first, and then the third, and come back to the first, and the fourth, and come back to the first, so that I have like a starburst pattern. There are a lot of different patterns that you could try. You could try even doing something like that with your star. See if you could kind of come up with a pattern if you want to do something a little bit more advanced. But I hope we see you. I hope you have fun doing this craft. Shoot us some pictures. We love to see pictures of you all doing the crafts that you've picked up from the library. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.